Hello and welcome. You're watching Books with Allison, and I'm Allison. This is my channel where I review the books that I've been reading, let you know what I think about it, my insights, takeaways, how I feel about the book, if I would read it again or not. And I would love to know what books you're reading right now, and if there's something that you want me to read and review for you. So my goal is to cover as many genres this year as I can. I'm usually stuck in professional development, health and wellness, but so far this month, I've branched out, trying fantasy, trying history, all kinds of things. So I'm so excited to be able to do this. So today we are talking about a declaration of the rights of magicians. It was a monthly pick by Barnes & Noble for February, and I finished it. I'm done with it. And I would probably rate this one at like a 3 or 4 out of 10. So I started reading it, and it's basically if you love books that are all dialogue about politics and moves really, really slow and has twists that keep you going and keep you reading, this is the book for you. I guess I really do love reading books about magic and fantasy books. I find them a lot of fun. And I like that this book had a lot of real history. So it's set in the late 1700s in Europe and talks a lot about the slave trade. And I think real conversations that were happening about abolition and the rights of humans as individuals and the rights of the people who were working and trying to bring commerce back to Europe, which my own personal theory, they didn't have any right, but it doesn't matter. So this book is about the competition between England and France and the use of magic from the commoners up to the royalty, and who's allowed to use magic and who's not allowed to use magic, and the politics and the politicians who were involved in making these decisions. So that was hard to get through. So you're reading these conversations and then all of a sudden twist. I'm like, ooh, keep going. All right, you got me. And then it would just conversation, more political nonsense, what's happening, blah, 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 twist. There was not a lot of relationship development. There's no romance in it, which is fine. Doesn't have to be romance. I really liked that there were hidden elements through the whole book about who the characters were, who was controlling them, who they were talking to, what kind of powers did they have, how are they using them, who was behind all of that. That was really interesting. And the book kept crescendoing, that's probably not even the right word, but just building up, up, up. And I thought for sure, like, we're going to have to get to the end here. It's going to have to be resolved. It was not resolved. So I read this whole book, and the whole situation that I wanted to be resolved is not. So you have to read the next book, which I will not be reading because I didn't feel like I wanted to read any more dialogue between men in the 1700s about their views on politics and things like that. So had all of that been gone, and it was just a book about the relationships and the building and the scenarios and the situations and who has rights and the rights of magicians and commoners and what they were building, I think it would have been amazing. But it wasn't. It was just a lot of talking with a little bit of action. The best part of the book was the very end, was just building up so much. And then so what I normally do with books, especially when they're like this thick, is I try and figure out, where does the book end? And so I thought it ended at acknowledgments. Little did I know, on the last page before that, it says the story continues in a radical act of free magic. So you have to keep reading. So if you like magic and history and war, and you really like politics and reading about it and dialogue about it, this is the book for you. But make sure you pick up the second one so that way when you get to the end, you can just keep reading. This was a monthly pick from Barnes & Noble. I'm not impressed, so I don't know if I'm going to trust their monthly picks anymore. Do you trust Barnes & Noble's monthly picks? we're going to find out. So we'll see what happens next month when I go back and pick up some more books. So if you read this, let me know what you think. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you took away from it. I didn't have much to take away from it because, again, it was just all dialogue. So the story just really didn't go anywhere until the end. So thanks for tuning in. Let me know what books you would like me to review. What's your favorite genre to read? And that we will get to it. So make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for all of my videos, book reviews, and let me know what you're reading. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.